Hi everyone! So I have my second cocoon nursery bean that is now 115 days old. I'm just looking if I don't have any worms here, but all I can see is mites. Okay, let's see how it looks. So we can see some worms, not as many as in the other bean, and they're not as big, but they're growing. But it's just now that I start to see some castings in between the bedding. So it took them a long time. This bean is definitely slower. When the other bean was 100 days old, I counted all the worms and I didn't have such a little worms anymore there. And this one is not the smallest, so they're still hatching here. And because of that, I didn't count those worms on 100 days. So you can see a little worm that has clitone. That's still very small compared to the other ones. Okay, so moisture level here looks fine. It was hard to keep it moist enough for a while. So I was adding some moisture embedding and moisture embedding. So hopefully now is the level that will keep it better. Okay, so worms look healthy. They look fine. They have a nice color. They're moving okay. So I'll probably feed them around here. Okay, and again, this is not a big feeding because it's not many worms here. They're small, so they don't need a lot. So what you see, that white stuff here on top, it's a grit. We have some coffee, we have some greens, and we have some tea bags with tea and without tea, because I gave tea to the other bean. So, okay, we'll drop it here. So hopefully this is enough to keep them going for the next few days. And I hope with the spring they will start eating a little bit more, be more active, and they will start grow bigger. But for now, this should be enough. I never really checked this part of the bean. Even like since I started this bean, I set it up as a cocoon part, not to disturb the little wormies, not to hurt them. Okay, you can see baby worm here. But I'm going to really check it today and see if it needs any attention. I can see cocoons here still. Okay, so you can see happy worms in this part of the bean too. I never gave them any food in this part of the bean. This stuff feels a little bit compact. Baby worm here and another here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time today with trying to separate this bedding. I'm just going to check how it looks in general. So it looks like they're making holes in that egg carton things. You have that little peaks that separate the eggs, so you have holes here, so okay, they can go through. Now maybe I will try to lift it a bit and see what is underneath. Okay, so this stuff is now falling apart. Not surprisingly, after 115 days. Okay. But because I didn't move it really, you can still see it was the whole thing here. This is the corner. So we have lid and we have that part that was holding eggs. And I put cocoons there. Every day that I found the cocoons, I was putting them like in a separate compartment. So I can still see cocoons here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and a baby worm, and 11 and 12. Yeah, tons of cocoons still here. So I think they're still going to hatch. They're probably waiting for warmer weather, I guess. And lots of clumped up bedding, but that's fine. I will do it next time. So those babies are fed now. So I think they can survive another few days. And maybe next time I will try to separate these clumps of bedding to help them to move through and eat a little bit better and keep the moisture level more even. That's baby one. But I think it looks fine for now. This bin looks much younger than my little bit older cocoon nursery bin at the same stage. You could really see tons of castings throughout. There were not like big clumps of bedding anymore. So anything different was just time of the year, really. Because I use the same kind of bedding, I feed them mostly the same food. So yeah, the other bean started when it still was like surprisingly warm weather. Even I started that older bean in October, but it was so warm that I was wearing short sleeves and shorts all the time. So they start to hatch quite quickly. And for those babies, I could see like single worms probably sooner than the other bean, because I kept it a little bit more moist from the experience with the first bean. But they were hatching slower in terms, like I still have tons of cocoons here. So I think next time, if I want to compare the beans, I will have to start in the same time and maybe do something different with the bedding or something. But for now, I will leave them as they are. Let them enjoy the food. We'll cover them so that they don't lose the moisture. I will just spray this paper. So I don't want worms when they wander around to stick into the paper. So I try to keep it moist for them. And now there goes the cover. So this is done. And thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.